Hello, I'm rancidcandy, and I'm going to be drawing a screenshot from Oblivion. I was in between this one and a couple other games, but I chose this one because of nostalgia and everything. If it does well, maybe I'll do some other games. And I wanted to record some video of me getting me a screenshot actually, and like talk over it, be a little funny YouTuber. But it recorded in a very, very tiny square, so it's very crunchy, and the audio quality is really bad, and I'm kind of cringy and not good on talking on camera yet, so it's not too long. But either way, let's get going. Hope you enjoy.
Oh no, what do we do? I'm so scared. What? That really pisses me off.
That's how I be feeling most days. Why did this? I'm positive you can find Peter Griffin in Oblivion. Like, I'm sure it exists somewhere. Even if it's not a good Photoshop, of which I'm sure this one is a fully detailed drawing, it exists. Anyway, Family Guy is like an extended version of R34. Well, I think I will go here for my picture. Do I want to get the big guy? But I also kind of want where the homeless guy sleeps. I think this is our picture. Oh, but I do kind of like that. Okay. Yeah, I'll go right here. Ta-da! That's our picture.
Okay, and now we're back into well, not back into, we're just getting into the speed paint. But we're starting off with the well. I started off with that, but said you would be the worst, and I was right. And then just the background, because I knew that would be easy. I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of following lines. Trees, not so much. And then the other hard part is the person, don't get too attached to them. There is no person that ends up in the final product. I'm sorry to spoil you, but I just couldn't do it, man. There was no pose that I liked and didn't feel like it was covering up the piece in a weird way. And not to mention drawing all that armor along with the background. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But otherwise, just the background like normal, filling in all the other spaces. And we're on to the well. That's... From the short time that I was in an art school before I dropped out, I learned vaguely how to make circles in perspective. I remember that's one of my classes, really focused on learning perspective, but I didn't absorb any of that. I tried to look up a tutorial. I think I followed the tutorial right. I think it's just entirely on me. I think it looks like ass. I don't think it ever ends up looking good. But it gets the job done, and if you throw enough details and shading on top of it, people won't notice. And especially when there's so much else going on in the drawing. It's about practice. It's not about it being perfect, it's about the fact that I did it. But otherwise, on from the well, moving on to just all the other background elements, trying the person again. Again, don't get attached. That's not a thing that happens. I figured I had enough on my plate already. I didn't want to throw another thing on top of it. Especially since I knew it would just look like garbage at the end of it. But, I don't know. I wanted to maybe draw a Khajiit just because, like, I feel like a beggar Khajiit would have looked really cool in this environment. Just whittling away at a piece of wood with a satchel next to him. But then I started to draw the face more detailed, and I decided to abandon ship so quickly after that. Was not worth it. But then we finally move on to the background again, which, like, I guess this part does take up the majority of the time frame. I think this took me around 11 hours? I can't remember for sure. This took the majority of the part, but the well felt like it took 7 years off of my life, and just every curved surface, like even those windows in the background, were just a pain. And trees, I'm not good at them. They look like garbage. Don't mean to sway your opinion. I know that does crazy things to a person's brain, but oh shit, jump scare. We're moving on to a random speed paint because at the time that I was actually drawing this, I switched, or it was a new day, and I didn't want to get back into it, so I drew a little warm-up drawing. I figured I'll just throw it in, make it realistic of how I actually live my life as an artist. But, I don't know. I don't have much to say on this one, based off of the camera. She's taking a selfie. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. But I'm just filling in details, shading, well not shading, just textures, making it look like this place has actually been weathered and worn, not plain white bricks. Onto the trees. I briefly touched on it earlier, but I just don't know how to do trees. It's hard to make them look like actual organic things, and I guess that's same with the branches. Almost there with the rocks. Almost there with the mushrooms. Not quite though. But then we move on to the shading, which I half-assed, because that's what's the nice thing about texturing, is you can cover up all your horrible shading with just textures, because there's so much going on people's eyes physically cannot tell. And also you have to realize that people are only going to look at your drawing for approximately 5 seconds, if that. So, you don't have to do everything super perfectly, especially if you're not being paid for it. Just not worth it. But either way, that's the end of this drawing, and I didn't get the full screenshot, so here it is, take it in, and then here's the full thing. Wow! That's crazy. Oh my god. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did watch all of this, wow, crazy, thank you. I hope you don't hate me. But subscribe, like the video, thanks, goodbye!